So in this video here, we're going to take a look at how we can do research with ChatGPT and make the responses and output more human-like. We're going to use a tool called Humbot AI, which is basically just an AI detector and humanizer to bypass AI detections, but it can also be used for research. If you want to write notes about specific things, we can basically just take our responses from ChatGPT, format it, and humanize it with the other AI tools. You can produce AI-generated content with both ChatGPT, Claude 3, and also Gemini. But in this video, we're going to use ChatGPT to do research. So the first thing here that we're going to do is open up a Wikipedia page about the Transformer architecture for a deep learning model. This is the building block, the whole architecture, basically running every single large language model out there. Both the detectors, the AI detectors, the large language models, Gemini, GPT, and all those models, they use the Transformer architecture under the hood. So right now we want to do some research. Again, we want to have some specific notes. We want to generate summaries and so on that we can go over instead of reading these boring Wikipedia pages. But it can also be any other web page, document, or whatever. We just throw it into ChatGPT and make it help us. Let's just scroll a bit down to the act like architecture. I'm just going to copy paste all the text here. So I'm basically just going to grab all of it. Let's scroll a bit further down. So we have our decoder. Let's end it off there. And we scroll all the way up here at the top. So right now I'm just going to copy it. Let's go inside ChatGPT. We open up a new window with the new GPT-4 Omni model, GPT-4o. So right now we're just going to make it do the research for us, write the notes, do the summary, and then we can learn about it after that and just make it more human-like to read it afterwards. So right now I'm just going to prompt it to be able to do that. So right now I've just copy pasted the whole prompt and also the text directly into ChatGPT. So we have all of this here. Let's see if it's actually able to go in and do the research for us and also just put out the whole format. So right now we can see just out of the box, the response from ChatGPT is very AI generated. It looks very robotic. It is just step by step. And it's not really good. You can copy paste this directly into the notes. So let's try to make it a bit more real so it will be easier to go through. And also if you need to do a ton of research, preparing for exams, or just looking into new areas that you don't have to like sit and read all this AI generated text. It can also be used for like just bypassing AI detectors and so on for plagiarism free content, or if you're producing content, blog posts, video scripts, and so on. Right now we're just going to grab all of this. Let's now throw it into the AI detectors before we go in and humanize it. So the first one that I'm going to test out is originality.ai. I also have another video where we basically just covered the bypass GPT tool. So right now I'm just going to hit scan now. We'll get the detections in just a second, or the results, if it's AI generated or if it's human-like already. While it's processing it, let's just go in and throw it through the other tools. So we also had GPT-0. I'm going to run the scan. You can also upload files and so on, and we can pass way more characters into it. Here we have 0 GPT. We detect the text, content at scale. We can do the exact same thing. So here we're just testing a bunch of different AI content detectors. And then we can go in and humanize it with Humbot AI before we pass it through the other detectors as well. Humbot AI is also going to run these checks here, but it is also good to just go in, manually do the checks to make sure that it works. So right now we can see we get all of these scores. So human score is 38%, so that is very low. This wouldn't be able to pass an AI detector, likely AI generated the first part here and unlikely AI generated here at the end, but it is still a very low human score. If we look at content at scale, it passes as human actually, because it is still very simple explanations. It's only like a single sentence, but it still flags some of it as highly likely to be AI generated. And here we can see that it says most of your text is AI GPT generated with a almost 33% AI GPT generated. And we can see GPT-4o, 91% probability that this is AI generated, and it pretty much just flags everything in here. The last one is Originality AI, which we processed in the start. 100% AI, 0% original. It flags everything here as red with a confidence score above 90%. So it's now going to take a look at this Humbot AI tool. It is basically just an AI detector and humanizer to bypass AI detections. I'm just going to paste in the exact same code. We have some advanced options if you want to do it quick, enhanced, and also advanced. I'm just going to go with the advanced mode. We humanize it. First of all, you can also just detect AI content. It's going to run through all of the checks that we just did. But even though you're running the checks in here, make sure that you manually verify it with some of the other detectors as well. Your content is very likely AI generated. Here we see this is the symbol for 50% human written. So only writer and cross flag it as human written. And we have copied leaks as AI generated, where the other ones thinks that this is both human generated and also AI generated. So right now we have the detections. We can humanize it. It's just going to take a few seconds. It's not going to change the context of your text. It understands, it reasons, and then it goes in and humanizes your text. So right now we can see we have our humanized version. In this article, it's going to basically just do some reformatting and basically just divide it up instead of having these individual chunks, and do a better summary while putting in some words which are more human-like compared to the AI responses from ChatGPT. And this is the exact same thing if you're using ChatGPT, Claude 3, Gemini, whatever large language model that you're using to generate context, it won't be able to bypass these AI detectors. So right now we can see that the output content seems to be human written. Let's now copy it and let's go in and test out the other tools as well. So now we're going to run a new scan with Originality AI. We scan it and we can run it through all the other detectors as well. So if we just take a look at the results from Originality.ai, we can see that pretty much everything is flagged as green. If we go a bit further down, we can see here something at the bottom. It flags that as AI generated, just because it's like listing different types of models as BERT and GPT. So it has an 83% originality score, and this is also because we only have like 600 words. If you have more words, it will of course be easier to go in and humanize it and so on and pass these AI detectors. But this one here is passing. If we take a look at the GPT 01, 2% probability that this is AI generated, so this is very good. 2% AI, 98% human. If we take a look at the 0GPT, 0% AI GPT generated content, your text is human written. Content at scale passes as human. We only have a few flags here at the bottom, as we also had with Originality AI, and also in the top here as well, but pretty much everything is then green. If we take a look at the last tool, it is Winston AI, and it has 90% human score, so that is also pretty cool. And unlikely AI generated, everything is marked in green down here at the bottom. So this is pretty cool. This is how you can bypass AI detector, humanize it, make it more human, both so it will be easier to read. So thank you guys for watching this video here. Definitely go in and check those tools out. I think it's really useful for doing research. Don't use this tool to cheat. Don't use it for your research papers if you're writing reports and so on. Also assignments for school. Don't use it to cheat. Use it to make yourself more efficient, generate content, and also make your AI generated text more human-like. Check out the tools, and then I'll just see you guys in one of the upcoming videos. Until then, happy learning. So we also have an AI career program if you want to learn how to land AI jobs and get AI freelance work. I teach you everything in there. We have programs, all my technical courses, weekly live calls, personal help, and I'd love to have you guys in there, help you out in any possible way. You can check out the program down in the description and the community, and then I'll just see you guys in there.